Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows 50 Cent roasting and exposing Benzino after a snippet hit the web, to one that shows some wild new details about what went down between Eminem and the Stalker, who was convicted by a jury a few days ago. And today we'll be starting with 50 Cent. And before we get to 50, putting Benzino on blast, 50 isn't done with trolling Diddy. As he posted this a few hours ago, Sean Diddy Combs' jury selection for trial is finally complete, and he added the caption, eyes emoji. I'm not sure if this is fair, eyes emoji, but don't worry, be happy. And the fact that 50 stays on Diddy's neck sparks speculations like this. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow I get to hear that Diddy was somehow connected to 50 Cent shooting in May 2000, because 50 is not letting go of the guy's neck. And moving on, a few hours ago, Benzino hit 50 Cent's radar when he found a snippet that looks to be Benzino getting accused of snitching in court. And 50 posted the snippet from Get a Report podcast. Check it out.
It was at one point, you said, I just remember being shot by your client. You know, almost being killed by your client. That's what I remember.
If you think that's the, yo, go get my paperwork.
This is your paperwork.
No, I'm saying,
this is
I'm saying, hold on, but that's from the recordings, right?
No.
The recordings.
No.
From what?
This is from the court date, the trial.
Right.
I got the whole.
Right. No. But a lot of that is from recordings, and then you have to look at to see which one is the stand and which one was the recordings. They are basing. See, this is where the recordings come in, and they're basing everything. His defense is basing everything on what I said from the recordings. We knew they're gonna do that. That's all. That's the recordings. That's not me saying it on the stand. This is what I'm telling you.
Okay, so you read it. This is.
I mean, no.
And 50 added the caption, you want me to believe Omar was a stoolie because Sosa said so. Yes, if I say he ain't right, he ain't right. And 50 added more to this. This is your paperwork, eyes emoji. The F is wrong with you, man. Raise eyebrows emoji. And boy, the timeline's been going off on Benzino for telling the interviewer to do their research when they were holding his paperwork right there. Hence reactions like, the recordings are part of your paperwork. You snitched, laughing emojis. And more on this note, go get my paperwork, raise eyebrows emoji. This is your paperwork, laughing emojis. And we got an update from Get a Report podcast as they posted this on the 50's post. He told me to do my research, and I did. Check out the full interview on YouTube. And this is another snippet to add to the collection of Benzino shuffling in interviews when things don't go his way. And the user concluded, come on, that's too early for this. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, laughing emojis. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on Benzino getting roasted and exposed with his paperwork while urging the interviewer to go do their research.
That's not me saying it on the stand. This is what I'm telling you.
Okay, so you read it.
No.
And moving on to the next point, we got to find out some exclusive details about the Eminem Stalker, Mathew Hughes, who was found guilty by a jury a few days ago. And check it out from Macomb Daily, as they got a lengthy report of what went down, including comments on Eminem's well-being, and we'll go through the report, starting with the details of when this happened. A man accused of breaking into Eminem's Clinton Township home a second time last August has caused the rap star fear and anxiety, and provides an example of why many celebrities live in a bubble. An assistant Macomb County prosecutor told a jury Wednesday. Assistant prosecutor Steve Fox asked an 8-man, 4-woman circuit court jury Wednesday afternoon to convict Mathew Hughes, 32, of first-degree home invasion and aggravated stalking for an incident last August, further pushing Eminem, whose legal name is Marshall Mathers, into isolation after Hughes broke into his home 5 years ago. So essentially, we got Mathew Hughes partly to blame for why Eminem's been isolated, and the report continues. About 90 minutes later, the jury found him guilty on both counts following a 2-day trial. Hughes will be sentenced on June 17 by Judge Diane Druzinski, at which time he likely faces a number of years in prison. People long for fame, they want fame. Fox told the jury, but fame can put you in a bubble. That's the life that he, Marshall Mathers, also known as Eminem, has to live in. Why? Because of men like Mathew Hughes. 4 years ago, Hughes was convicted by plea of second-degree home invasion for using a brick to break a window to enter the rap superstar's home. In 2020, found Eminem in his bed sleeping and threatened to kill him before being subdued. In 2019, Hughes entered a Rochester Hills property looking for Eminem. Marshall Mathers has taken extraordinary steps to protect himself and his family. Fox said, security 24/7, and each time that step has had to increase, but only as a result of one person's action. Mathew Hughes. The world becomes smaller. He's on an island. Eminem, who testified in court Wednesday morning, was at home sleeping at the time of the incident, having been forced to sleep in a padlocked room in a secluded area of his house due to the prior incident. Fox added, that's the fear, that's the concern, that's the intimidation. He said, that's the threat posed specifically by Mathew Hughes. It did cause Marshall Mathers emotional distress and anxiety, which is a requirement for aggravated stalking, Fox said. Mathers' security boss, Mark Boff, testified Eminem has been terrified of the possibility of Hughes returning, according to Fox. He told his team, don't even tell me when he gets out of prison for the 2020 incident. Fox said of Eminem, I don't care if you're famous or not. Any reasonable person would be afraid, the assistant prosecutor said. About 7 a.m. August 26, 2 months after Hughes was released from prison for the first offense, he was spotted by security guard Branislav Milosevic alongside the home, but ran when he likely realized he had been seen. Fox said Hughes had entered an unlocked door, stole a bike inside the house, and is seen with it in a security video alongside the home before he fled, according to Fox.
Good Lord.
And boy, this has riled up fans on social media to the point that we are now seeing memes of Eminem's security team. And before we get to the memes, some users have expanded. Where's his security? Why they didn't pew pew him? That's probably why he was losing weight. Why he doesn't move. Questions and assumptions that will never be answered. And boy, this security has been getting cooked. As over on Reddit, some users have expanded with, M really needs to change his security details. And more in response to the details of how Eminem's been living in isolation since the 2020 incident. Another user expanded with, terrifying, he needs to move from that neighborhood. It is not guarded enough and everyone knows where he lives. And something tells me that Mathew Hughes is gonna be used to set an example moving forward, since he was found guilty and has committed multiple offenses linked to stalking. And it didn't take long before the memes started to flood social media as a user posted this, Eminem security team at his house and his studio, facepalm emoji. And it got worse as another user expanded with Eminem's house security. And perhaps you could argue that we found a future Mathew Hughes as a user expanded with, Eminem, you can hire me. I would even work for free. My payment is knowing that you and your family are safe. And it is more of the same under any report that we have found about Mathew Hughes, as under another thread, users are asking the same questions. How the F this MFer break into this multi-millionaire rapper's property twice before some insane-ish happens? I hope M has a new security team. Damn. And boy, you wouldn't want to be the head of Eminem's security team right now based on all the reactions so far aimed at them. As another user expanded with, Marshall needs to fire his security. And some believe that Mathew Hughes is plagued with mental health issues. As in response to this, why the hell did that MFer do it again? Loudly crying emoji, to which a user responded with, because we don't take mental health seriously in this country. And on the note of Eminem's living conditions, when the prosecutor revealed that he was sleeping in a padlocked room, some have expanded. Jesus Christ, that is terrible. He sleeps in a padlocked room. He doesn't deserve this. Needs better freaking security, or honestly, move out of Detroit. But what are your thoughts on these new details that have hit the web thanks to Macomb Daily's report? As now you could say that we found a face to blame when it comes to Eminem being a recluse, as right there in the report we got to find out from the assistant prosecutor Steve Fox. that this incident from 2020 further pushed Eminem into isolation, as they literally blamed Mathew Hughes and people like him to be responsible for why people like him have to live their life in a bubble and live in isolation. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Feel free to share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.